I'm this close to going to the hospital. No, it's the lungs. No, it's the lungs. No, I even took steroids yesterday and today to try and avoid the whole hospital issue.
Being 6 o'clock, I'd like to welcome all of our guests that showed up this evening for our April 7th Yankton County Commission meeting, and I'd appreciate if you all lifted your lids and join me in a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hoorah. Again, thank you for all for visiting with us this evening. Cassie, would you please call the roll?
John Kittery,
Here.
Wanda
Here.
Fox,
Here.
Brian Heine,
Here.
Dan Clemish.
Here.
John Markle.
Here. At this time, I'd ask the commissioners if there's anyone that has a conflict of interest in tonight's meeting.
I do not.
I do not.
I do not.
I have one with part 2 of the claims, so I will abstain.
Gotcha. And I do not. At this time, can I get a motion to approve our agenda with, I think we got some changes for this evening because due to some health issues and a few other things, so. Can I get a motion?
I'd make a motion to approve the agenda, but I think we need to delete number 12 and 14 and move those to the next meeting. If you guys agree with that.
12, 13, and 14?
What is 13? I'm not sure what
13
that
would
is.
be any type of
What?
payroll. change.
Personnel update. We do have one.
With Gary not being here, I don't know if anybody had anything planned for 13, but
I don't
unless
think we
one of
had
you
anything
guys.
in there, but it's gonna be a standard thing that we have on the.
Correct.
agenda.
So keep it, or what do you?
We'll just keep it.
Okay.
We do have one personnel issue that we need to discuss in the executive session though, so I don't want to.
So you want to delete 12 and 13 and 14?
12 and 14, just 12
Okay.
and 14.
But if you, John, you mentioned that you need a personnel,
At executive session.
okay.
With that change, I would second Mr. Clemish's motion.
Any further discussion? I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Now be a time for public comment. Public comment is a time for persons to address this body on any subject. No action may be taken on a matter raised under this item of the agenda until the matter itself has been specifically included on in an agenda as an item upon which action will be taken. Each person has up to 3 minutes to speak. There shall be no personal attacks against the members of this body, county staff, individual, or organizations. The chair has the authority to enforce this policy. Failure to adhere to these rules may result in forfeiture of the remaining speaking time. Are there anyone on the list for public comment? And I see no one jumping up and running to the microphone, so public comment is now closed. sure that, item number 610, we'll have to,
Wait,
Can't
isn't,
we do item number 6 while we wait?
certainly,
I would move to approve the March 2026 payroll.
Second,
second,
got a motion by Wanda, a second by Ryan to approve March 2026 payroll. Any further discussion?
I just add that, if you look at the bills that state's attorney had to pay, to other law firms.
That's not payroll, that's in claims. That's
Okay.
that's
Yep,
the next,
that'd be
A
the next
little
one.
early on that.
that's the
okay.
next item.
Yeah, this. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next item, we should be able to handle his claims.
I would move to approve part 1 of the claims, which is what Mr. Kettering, Commissioner Kettering was talking about.
Now you can mention what you.
I'll second that.
And we got a
I'll
motion.
second that motion, but, would like to call attention to the public, the amount of funds that were 38,000.
Yep.
Were spent on legal fees. And that's one of the reasons why our budget is hard to nail down exactly. It's not our state's attorney's fault. It's, things that are going on out in the community.
and I'd agree, Don, and I'd also mention that, we're one of the only states where the court appointed almost the entire cost is on the back. South Dakota, we remained, that way, which not good.
And then that's strictly court-appointed attorneys, so. Yes, good point, Don and Dan, and other than that, let's, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that item? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Claims number 1 has been approved. That we
move
do
to
have
approve.
claims.
Part 2 of the claims.
I have a
Second,
motion by Ryan, second by Dan to approve part 2 of claims. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
1 abstention.
And I have 1 abstention. Okay. We got 5 minutes there.
How about item number 8? I would move to approve the March 17, 2026 minutes.
Got a motion by Wanda, second by
Second.
Ryan to approve our March 17, 2026 minutes. Any further discussion on the minutes? Hearing none. All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Mr. Chair, since we kind of are waiting for Board of Adjustment, I'd have something, for, I guess, commission updates, but we could just do it now. It takes a couple
Certainly.
minutes. So I just, since we're waiting for Board of Adjustment, I just wanted to take a moment out and say that April is National Counties Month. And it's a time to highlight the important roles counties play in our communities. County government is often referred to as the level of government that is closest to the people, providing essential services that our residents rely on every day. Many of us live in a city, but we all live in a county. And in Yankton County, our county government is responsible for a wide range of services, including maintaining roads and bridges, supporting our local law enforcement, our emergency services, managing property records, conducting elections, operating the court system, and protecting the public health and safety. These services help ensure that our communities remain safe, functional, and a great place to work. And during our National County Government Month, I also want to recognize, and I'm sure we all do, and thank our dedicated employees of Yankton County for their professionalism, hard work, and commitment to public service. They really make a difference in the lives of our everyday citizens. And I know we're all grateful for their efforts and proud of the work they do every day to serve the people of Yankton County. So I would just like to take a moment and thank all of our county employees for the great work they do.
I'll second that reading.
Yeah, so
I would,
Notice I got a county shirt on too, so I got, so,
leave it up to Dan to come up with a county's t-shirt, right?
yeah.
And wear a suit jacket over it.
So this is the new county logo for NACO, so I figured I would share that. And that's one of the good things, where our membership money goes is they get that sent out, and it's just nice to recognize our employees on
Yep.
for April. So
And I'll echo Dan and Don's motion and mention that our county employees are there all the time whenever we need to deal with something major or whatever in the county. So I appreciate them very much, and I'm sure that every citizen of Yankton County would echo that also. So thanks for bringing that up, Dan, and we'll move forward. We got 1 more minute. As far as commissioner updates, I guess I could mention I drove out to check the progress on the Stone Church Bridge last week, and looks to me like they're pouring the concrete and getting ready to pour the concrete on the north side abatement. So I think that's moving forward, and I can't imagine that they're not ahead of schedule, because the schedule was November of 2027, and they've got to have picked up a couple months at least on that project. So, but it's pretty fascinating when you drive out there and you see those 2 big cranes, one on each side of the river. And I think we seen a picture in the paper the other day of that. So pretty fascinating when you drive up there and see that. And I don't know if it's right or wrong, our deputy sheriff here, but I have driven around the signs to get a closer view of it.
Might not be the best thing to admit on the record in front of a law enforcement officer.
Oh, well,
Just saying.
we're okay, I think. Okay, I think it's 6:10, so we can handle the abatement for Tamara and Dwayne Lee. Michelle is not here, but she did talk to me about, it was approximately a $400 issue that our equalization office over calculated the assessment. So she was in favor of the abatement of approximately $400. I don't know the exact number. Did she say anything to you, Ryan, or?
No, she didn't give me an exact number
Okay.
either.
$395.23.
Yeah,
So,
I'll move approval of the abatement.
got a motion by Don.
Second.
Second by Ryan to approve the abatement of $395 and some cents. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Need a motion to move into a Board of Adjustments, and we're like way early on that also. but-
Mr. Chairman, yeah, we don't have that for quite a few minutes, and I don't think we can move into that until 6:25.
Correct.
I'd maybe recommend we could do maybe executive session or planning commission appointments and then come back out.
Let's do the Planning Commission appointments at this time. And we have 3 applications. Is that, Bill, you're handling that for us?
You have 3 applicants, Jay Cutts, Kelly Kneifel, Sherry Loest. I'll pass out a ballot. And then if you want to just hand it in to Cassie or me and we'll count the votes.
Thank you.
Hold on, I'll throw these ones away.
You want to read them, Bill?
Do it like they do it on Survivor.
Yeah.
Don't we need tiki torches for that? So
slide.
Looks like I have 2 for Jay Cutts, 3 for Kelly Kneifel, and 3 for Sherry Loest. So Kelly Kneifel and Sherry Loest.
Okay. And when will they take their position? When?
They will be at the next planning commission meeting.
Okay,
So if their addresses aren't on their applications, I'll need to get those because they'll be getting the packet tomorrow.
okay, perfect. Congratulations to Kelly Kneifel and Sherry Loest. Sherry's an incumbent, so she'll be here.
Still got 10 minutes. Did you want to do?
Let's, yeah, I would,
Take a break or
We could do the personnel update.
Okay.
We have one tonight.
what was that in open session or did we need one in closed session, Ryan?
Did we
Guess I'm
need to do
not
that in
sure.
closed session or not? We have to
I would-
approve anything that has to be
Correct.
approved
in open session, so do you have that one copy of that? You got a copy of
There's
that
a copy
one
in-
for the sheriff or a jailer moving to the,
Yeah, that's what we have in the packet.
So resolution for a new hire, basically, is that?
Yeah,
What it is?
essentially, we have to,
Okay.
you have to
Yeah.
approve any salary.
correct,
Yeah.
so
No, that sounds good. Is that in the, I don't.
It's a lateral
It's in the
move.
packet.
it's in the packet.
It's a lateral move, so any position or any salary change has to be approved in open
There's a
session.
copy of it. You've seen it,
Yeah,
Wanda, have you seen it?
it's in
I've
the,
seen one.
yeah, it's in the packet.
I saw the one that's in the packet.
That's the one.
It's the same, yeah.
So I need a motion to approve that.
Move approval.
Second,
Got a motion by Don, second by Ryan to approve the movement from jailer to a correction officer to a deputy sheriff. Yes, yes. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Well, we have 15 minutes.
Let's do executive session.
I move we go into executive session rather than waste time.
Got a
Second,
motion by Wanda, second by Ryan to move into executive session for personnel. Oh, no, we took care of the personnel, poor relief issues pursuant to SDCL 1-25-2 and 28-13 and 28-13-1.3 and also legal 1-25-23. Got a motion and a second. All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
We go back into regular session?
Second.
All right, Don, to move back into regular session.
But we have to vote?
Just turned on. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are now back in regular session and
I would move that we go into Board of Adjustment.
Second.
got a motion by Wanda, second by Dan to move into Board of Adjustment. All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Rankins RV Park is requesting a conditional use permit for a swimming pool and a campground in a lakeside commercial district per Article 11, Section 1105, Article 18, Section 1805, and Article 19, Section 1905. Said property is legally described as Lot 11, Whitetail Run in Section 16, Township 93 North, Range 56 West of the 5th PM, Yankton County, South Dakota. E911 address is 3912 Buck Street, Yankton, South Dakota. Basically, Mr. Evans purchased this campground from the previous owner. They had a CUP. Since he wants to change and add the swimming pool, he had to go through this process again.
Does his plan require or suggest that it have a fence and a cover?
I don't believe he said anything about a cover, but he did say in the planning commission about a fence. But you can add those as conditions if you'd like.
How deep is this pool?
I don't know that.
I mean, is it a wading pool or it's actual swimming pool?
I think you're probably about 6 to 8 feet. It's not a huge one, so it's not going to be really deep. And they've got a lot of little kids or young kids that play there. So
What's the, is there any information on septic and is there sufficient septic and everything for the, because I think he also said a bathhouse.
he'll have to approve that with the DANR. And if he can't get approval, then he can't do the pool.
Okay.
So
So I think we need to make sure that that's in the motion as well, that DNR approvals must be made for
the bathhouse.
the bathhouse and pool.
Any further discussion or can I get a motion?
Mr. Chairman, let's open it up for public comment.
A public comment at this time. See nobody getting up to speak. Public comment is closed. Mission discussion.
My only concern is if it's gonna be 6 to 8 feet deep, whether or not it needs a cover. Don't the ones in town require a cover?
Does,
I don't think
Good.
any of them require cover. I mean, I could go along with you on a fence. If it was fenced off, nobody's gonna get in there. But
does he have a pool in the other campground?
He has other pools and their other Camp Three Sons has a pool and they haven't required a cover,
Okay,
but
I think in the past, some of those required like a fence, which I don't think
Well,
is a
I
bad,
agree. A
bad,
fence
a
should be.
bad idea.
is that
Cover
something
cover might.
you'd like to add that as a condition?
Well, I think he's probably got fences, doesn't he? Isn't?
He mentioned a fence in the planning commission, but if you want to make sure,
Yes.
you can add it as a condition.
I would move to approve the CUP to add a swimming pool, provided it has a fence around it with a locking gate
And DNR approval for.
and
bathhouse.
DNR approval for the septic.
You have a motion by Wanda,
Second.
second by Don to approve the CUP with recommendations. Any
Are they
further
recommendations or are
discussion?
they requirements?
With requirements. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
I'd move to go back into regular session.
Second.
The motion by Wanda. Second by Dan to move back into regular session.
Is it 6:35 yet?
6:35, but I think our Mr. Law is here, isn't he?
1 minute.
Yeah,
But
because of the
don't,
notification, we have to wait till 6.
don't we have to vote on the motion though? That'll
Yeah.
take 30 seconds.
You gotta go back into
Oh.
regular session.
Okay, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, nay? Motion carries. We voted so many times tonight that I forgot.
All right, 6:35.
Being 6:35, we ready to do the rezone?
Yes, sir. Bob Law is requesting to rezone a parcel zone low density rural residential district, R1, to moderate density rural residential district, R2, per Article 18, Section 1809, and Article 20, Section 2003. Said property is legally described as the northeast quarter, excluding 8.5 acres south of Highway 314, and excluding the list addition and excluding Lot B in Section 10, Township 93 North, Range 56 west of the 5th PM, Yankton County, South Dakota. Find my.
It was on earlier. Everyone can just sleep loud.
You can see it in the packet. Mr. Law owns approximately 136 acres. On 314, it actually is bordered by Timberland Drive and 314. It's adjacent to the city ETJ. And there are, oh, here we go. There we go.
We put the zoning districts.
Yep, I'll do that too.
Thank you.
So this is the parcel we're talking about.
Mhm.
This is moderate density. There's moderate density there.
Yeah.
There's
All
moderate
over,
density there and all along there. And then this is city ETJ.
Bill, do you know what the lot sizes are for they're like a quarter acre because they're on or because the city, everything the city builds is on the wastewater system, correct? They don't do septic.
Yes.
So what I guess the point I'm saying is when that is built, that there'll be very small lots, even smaller than 1 acre.
Should be
Correct.
similar to what's over here.
Okay, thank you. That's
Which
not
are-
the question.
Those lots are like 0.1 acre, 0.15 acres.
Okay,
Um,
got it.
it's low density now. He wants to do modern density residential, which would be 40,000 square foot minimum per lot. And his goal, when the time is right and appropriate, build affordable housing.
Great.
And there is a blue line that runs through the middle. So he will likely, I would assume some of it would come off of Timberland, or excuse me, 23rd. And some of it would come off of Highway 314.
Mhm.
Zoom in and you can see this is a blue line. So I don't know if he plans to do something with that, but. And Mr. Law is here if you have any questions.
Did you want to say anything, Bob? Yeah.
Mhm.
No. You want to open it up for public comment?
Yeah. We just will have public comment at this point in time.
You have to come
Come
up
on,
to the
come on
podium.
in.
Speak in the microphone, please. State your name and address.
Welcome, ma'am.
I'm Holly Kellen. My address is 2808 West 23rd Street. And I have lived out there for going on 30 years. And while I'm not opposed to affordable housing, I am concerned about the road being able to handle the additional traffic and the type of housing that will be allowed to be put up. The road, gravel road, isn't always in the best condition, and I think adding a lot more traffic to it is going to make it worse. Right now, we're in a dry cycle, and it is a continual dust bowl out there. It's sometimes there's some low spots where you can't see, prevents a traffic hazard.
Can I interrupt just for a sec? Bill, can you drop that down just a little bit so we can get 23rd Street on there also?
Ma'am, you're talking about 23rd Street, that.
You live right in this stretch of houses.
Okay.
Mhm. Yep. The road grader, when he goes through, that also is a safety concern. Because you can't wait for him, obviously, if you're going somewhere, it takes him a little bit of time to get through there. To go around him, you're in the other lane of traffic. If somebody's in a hurry coming over the hill or wherever, it could be waiting for an accident to happen.
Mhm.
I know we've had in the past that the cross-country runners at one time liked to come down that road in the early morning hours, and it was really dangerous. We actually had to contact the school and say, don't let them do that because somebody was gonna get hit. In the wintertime, some of the low spots get drifted in with snow, even when we only get a little bit of snow. We routinely have somebody who drives a vehicle that either doesn't know how to drive the conditions or the vehicle isn't ready for those mushy, deep roads, and they get stuck in the road, which creates a hazard for other traffic going on that road. The visibility, there's a corner on Timberland and 23rd that's got rows of lilac bushes on the going north, south and east, west. And you can't see until you're right up at the corner. And with that being two gravel roads that intersect, a lot of people don't come to a complete stop and they roll through it. Again, more traffic, more hazards. I'm just really concerned that that gravel road is not going to be good for a lot more traffic. The housing, the past history, there's not supposed to be trailer houses out there. Although in the past, there've been four trailer houses out there at different times. They have been one ginormous disaster after another.
Ma'am, could I ask, are you talking about that there's been trailer houses on that yellow property or just in the vicinity of?
On 23rd Street,
Okay, to the north or?
well, there's only houses on the north side right now. There's no houses on the south side.
Thank you.
And our 3 minutes are getting close to being up, so if you want to wrap it up here.
So the trailer houses, they're not supposed to be allowed out there, but 4 different times the county has allowed them out there and not enforced that no trailer houses are supposed to be out there. That's a big concern because I don't want to live next to a trailer park, nor do any of those other people that have built nice houses out there. So would like to know how they're going to enforce that it's not going to be that kind of housing that gets put up out in that area. That's pretty much all my concerns that as they discuss it, I hope they take into consideration.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yep, I'll address the trailer situation. There may be covenants on that development on the north side, covenants with the developer about trailers. On the south side, whether it's low density or moderate density, single family dwellings are permitted uses. Multifamily, two family and trailer houses would be a conditional use permit. But the commission has made it clear they do not want another trailer park. So any trailer homes would have to be approved, but I don't think Mr. Law wants any trailers out there.
Yeah,
And ma'am, does that answer your question? If there would be a trailer, there would have to be another hearing where you could come in and you'd be noticed and, so.
A minimum of one more.
Well, yeah, at least probably planning commission and another one if that.
And just to also be clear, if a trailer, without that happening and a trailer house shows up, then there would be a zoning violation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. But again, I think there's a confusion. I think where you live is a development, and so the developer put individual constraints on covenants. Those are private. The county doesn't have anything to do with those. So your developer or the HOA, there should be an HOA, would be the ones that would have to deal with the trailer. So.
anyone else from the public want to speak on this item? Seeing none?
And again, this is just first reading, so we're not going to take any action tonight.
Okay,
Any other comments?
any other comments? Just
Yeah,
commission comments?
I would say, from looking at the economic demands in Yankton community, the demands for affordable housing are probably the greatest number and the most significant. And this would be addressing that in a mileage area that they could easily get to town and back. The road issue that she speaks of is an issue, but can't solve that today. We can only solve what Mr. Law is requesting, and I would move that we approve the rezoning.
We do that.
Not tonight, next
tonight.
meeting.
Oh, that's right.
Next meeting.
Bill, you might have the answer, but that road is paved. Is that paved up? Where does that pavement end? Is
It's actually
that,
concrete.
well, yeah, because the city has in court, does it end at right at the city boundary, right by the L on Timberland? Where does
It's only halfways down
Yeah,
that first mile.
okay. Yeah, because I've been on that road before. It is. Okay, right there, yeah.
Yeah.
So about, yeah. Understand.
Okay. I guess at this time,
We get to.
we're good. We're ready up to our final public comment. If no one, Bob, you want to speak? How was the other Bob too?
Motion to adjourn.
Public comment is closed. Any other items for next week or public or commissioner updates?
I think for the next meeting, we have to put on the items that we took off today,
Yeah,
the
12,
employee
13 and
handbook
14. Make note of that.
and the safety manual.
I have one quick one actually. It's a no cost thing, but I would recommend that we go forward with the yankton.sdcounties.gov for our domain. It's the free domain. It's going to be in the whole system with the rest of the
Good.
counties. Process nothing.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's a smart move, going to the .gov and so.
yeah,
Oh, is it gonna be Yankton.sd count or just Yankton.gov?
Yankton, it's gonna be yankton.sdcounties.gov. So it's that way it's a subdomain within the ecosystem of the one domain for the state.
In another area, do we have a decision or direction that we want to take on our tasks, our two task forces? And whether they'll be open to the public or whether we have to advertise if more than two commissioners.
We have a quorum notice for Thursday's meeting.
Yeah.
And that will be posed to the public. And as we get a couple more meetings involved in the committee meetings, we will then open these meetings up to
Well,
the public.
Mr. Chair, and I get where you guys are coming from, but if there's more than two commissioners here, three, I think we should treat it as a public meeting and record it and everything because it is. And I don't want us to get into an open meetings.
I've already
situation.
gotten
Yeah.
approval from Tyler that
Okay.
these are not considered open meetings.
So is it, so we're gonna have a quorum of commissioners here and it's not gonna be open? Cool. I guess I don't know if I agree with that. And the reason being is when I join this task force, we're gonna be discussing, and I personally want to get public input from the community.
I do
that they
too,
might
I do
that,
too,
but-
I do too, but at this point in time, we're just setting the groundwork for what
Yeah.
we're doing.
But I do agree with Dan. I'm a little concerned that we don't have these open. Can we at least record it so that it could be
We are
published?
recording them.
Yes,
They are
we do
recorded.
record them so they can be published later so that we can
Right.
be open
Ours
and
wasn't.
transparent.
How about this as a compromise too? It's people can sit and listen and maybe we do a public comment at the beginning and the end. Then people maybe don't participate in the meeting. I think that would be a good compromise because I want public input on this. That's where I think you get the best ideas. So, but I'm just one person here, so.
The meeting on Thursday's been advertised as being closed, so. If
Yeah, we'll record it
it'll be
and,
recorded,
and we can publish it and people can watch it then. So
yeah,
at least it will be transparent.
and there will be no decisions made.
No, yeah, these committees don't make decisions, so they are only advisory.
Input. I move to adjourn.
Got a motion by Wanda, seconded
Second.
by Ryan to adjourn our meeting this evening. All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.